851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
Often discussed here on the channel is the Airbus A380 as the world's largest passenger plane, but once a year the AN-225 is mentioned here like today, an incredible 6-engine beast that completed its first flight in 1988. Developed from the AN-124, its maximum takeoff weight is 640 tonnes, and with so many engines attached, it has the largest wingspan of any other aircraft currently in operational service. However, given there only being one AN-225 fully built in the world today, it means when the jet does fly, it is indeed a landmark occasion, as it's often contracted in for specific flights carrying crucial cargo, whether it be a generator for a gas power plant, 2 wind turbine blades, or other items that are simply impossible to move by air with any other aircraft other than the AN-225. Due to COVID-19, unfortunately given the circumstances, but potentially exciting for the aviation industry and enthusiasts, the AN-225 is back in the sky after a lengthy period without operating. The lengthy period was so the jet could have crucial maintenance and upgrading completed. The plane so far has been involved in critical transportation from China to the EU, on board medical supplies, with it being labelled as a humanitarian aid flight. Something we're seeing more and more airlines partake in, transforming their own passenger aircraft to fly masks and more around the world, to those locations that are in desperate need of them. However, while the AN-225 has indeed been drafted in, this isn't the first Antonov aircraft that is participating in the flights, with 5 other aircraft helping out in the effort. Mainly those are the AN-124s, of which it currently has 7. However, when taking a look at the average age of the majority of aircraft that Antonov do fly, it's quite staggering to see the AN-124s averaging 30 years of age, and the AN-225 having an even older age than that, reaching close to or around 32 years. The jet has been specifically contracted this time to fly between China and Poland, transporting, as mentioned, crucial medical supplies. Specifically, KGHM said 7 million masks, several 100,000 coveralls, and several 100,000 helmets. All this will be on board the largest transport aircraft in the world, which will fly to Poland in a week. You may have seen in the past 2 weeks the AN-225 had already been in the sky. These flights were not specifically to battle COVID-19, but to rather test the multiple changes applied to the jet over the long 18-month period that it was indeed grounded for. A natural stage and progression of a heavy maintenance period for any type of aircraft, especially one that's 30 years old. With one of the most unique looks in the sky today, the AN-225 can typically be recognised from miles away with this incredible wingspan that I mentioned and the sheer number of engines, with 3 being seen on each side. When looking at the jet head-on as you would typically see at an airport, it really is incredibly unique. While under the circumstances, it's not a welcome flight given it is battling a deadly virus, it's still relatively good to see after 18 months parked that the AN-225 is still in 2020 finding a use and operating safely following the multiple maintenance and upgrading changes. What are your thoughts on seeing the AN-225 back in the sky? And a question for you all, have you ever had the pleasure of seeing the AN-225 flying in person? Unfortunately, I haven't, but I would love to one day. With all that being said, thank you very much for the continued support. I appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video, hopefully going live tomorrow.